Hi everyone, my name is Patricia Sadri. Welcome to Poetry Collabs. Today I'm going to recite this amazing yet agreeably confusing poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Why do I call this poem confusing? Is because there seems to be two meanings to the poem, one that the readers interpret, and one that Robert Frost actually meant. On a website called Literary Hub, check out the link given in the description below, David Orr very meticulously explains what Robert Frost actually meant by this poem. So before I tell you the real meaning behind the poem, let's give it a read, shall we? The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and perhaps, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first one for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Now that I've read this poem, let me know your interpretation of it in the comment section. There may be 100 or more other poems out there that we interpret as one whereas it means another, as claimed by the poets themselves. So when I first read this poem, what confused me more were some of the lines that could have very well been a sign that Robert actually meant something else. Like, for instance, this is part of the first stanza. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So, how do we look at this? Metaphorically, literally? Then some other lines or stanzas altogether, like I think it must have been the second or the third stanza. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Of course, the concluding stanza was my way of interpreting the poem that taking the road that very few dare to take can make all the difference in your life. So the last stanza of the poem reads as such: I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. As Robert Frost says this, one can only deduce the metaphor of life's complex method of decision making. But here's where we have a twist. The poem was far more simpler than we assumed it to be. I guess this is because we look at poems only from a metaphorical standpoint. We're so used to trying to break down a poem that sometimes it's as simple as 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, but we think, oh, but is 1 plus 1 equal to 3? Is that what this algorithm meant? So I guess it's the same when it comes to poems. We're too caught up in trying to understand the metaphorical meaning of what the poet may have meant, but actually It's a very simple thing. And here it goes. Here's what it was, what it actually was. So, Robert Frost and Edward Thomas were friends, and they used to have long walks in the countryside. Now, if this is the case, I wonder where Robert had to write why Robert had to write the letter to Edward. What letter? That's correct. This poem was in fact a letter addressed to Edward Thomas by Robert Frost. Of course, it was written poetically, and it was a poetic but humor jibe at Edward, but again meant to be between two friends. This poem or letter was written back in 1915. So maybe letters were as frequent as a WhatsApp message, and this could be the reason why, even though they'd meet for morning walks, some forms of communications were best expressed written. At least this is what I think. My perspective could be wrong. Moving on. The topic of this poem meant that Robert pointed out Edward's habit of regretting the path they took during their long walks in the countryside. Robert thus may have decided to write a letter to Edward as a gentle joke. You know how friends are. Sometime later, Edward replied to the letter with what one would call feedback to the poem. Little did Edward know that his friend was pulling a fast one in a letter. So eventually, Robert revealed the meaning to Edward, that this poem was in fact an innocent fun jibe at him, and to which Edward also advised that it is difficult to interpret as our morning walks. This means that Edward was as clueless as us in the first part. So if you want the complete analysis of this poem, I would recommend that you click the link in the description below. This link will lead you directly to the poem on Literary Hub. It's an amazing website. It gives a dense and thorough explanation of the poem, aka Friendly Letter Between Two Poets. Well, I hope you liked this video, and let me know what you thought about the poem, and also whether you would like me to post similar videos on Poetry Collabs. Till then, I bid you a poetic bye-bye.